Once in his old days, the Gautam Buddha and his disciple Ananda were traveling to a village. On their way to the village, they had to pass through a dense forest. It was late in the evening, and they were both walking early, so they could be in the village before nightfall. On the way, they met an old woman who was collecting wood from the forest. Ananda asked her, "How far is the next village?" The old woman said, "Not very far at all, just 2 more miles from here, and you will get there." They started walking and walked 2 miles, and there was no sign of any village. Soon they came across a man who was cutting a tree. Ananda asked the woodcutter, "How far is the next village?" The woodcutter replied, "The village is just up ahead another 2 miles, and you will arrive." Ananda said, "This is quite strange." The old woman said, "2 miles, we travel those 2 miles. Now again, this man says another 2 miles. The Buddha said after 2 miles, ask again another person. Ananda said, "What do you mean? Even after these 2 miles, will we not arrive at the village?" The Buddha just smiled and no said any words and continued walking. After being with the Buddha for over 40 years, Ananda knew something of his silent smile. So he did not ask the Buddha any further question, but continued to walk alongside him. When they finally arrived at the village late at night, they had traveled almost 10 miles. Now, Ananda could not wait, and he asked the Buddha, "O enlightened one, how did you know that we would not reach the village, even after the woodcutter had told us that it was just another 2 miles?" The Buddha said the older woman and the woodcutter were just like me. They were compassionate people, simply encouraging you. If they would have told you that the village was 10 miles away, you might have gotten discouraged. They and I are in the same business. That's what I have been doing my whole life with people. Just a little more, and soon you will reach. Just to keep encouraging the seeker on the path of the enlightenment. If we see in our lives, we all have our goals in life, and we set out to achieve them. Initially, we take the first few steps with enthusiasm, full of energy to reach the desired goal. But sometimes along the way, we get discouraged. We don't or we can't seem to see our final destination. And we get unsure of our path and doubting our abilities. During such times, if we come across someone with kind, encouraging words, it gives us a second wind. It pushes us forward towards our goal. When the times are tough, the road are full of distraction, and our final goal, just a foggy picture in our head. Just remember this, 2 more miles away. We should be grateful for the universe, for souls who enter into our lives at such times and help us move forward towards our set goals.